This Hangout on Air is live. I've got my sports ball shirt on. I hope I'm doing the superb owl correctly with this. Oh, yeah, without the diffuser. Uh-oh. Let's see when Sandy can see me. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. So it sounds like there we are. Okay, so Sandy, you're going to tell us how different the lag is, right? I want to show you something I found. So Sandy helped me pick out a new sewing machine. Apparently, mine was not any good. Was very, very, very old. And I realized how old it was when I found a Simplicity sewing guide in with my sewing machine. And you'll notice it says the 70s greatest looks. Is that awesome or what? I liked it. So Sandy says that the audio in Discord is way ahead. Okay, NASA Nut. Hang on. Steve, are you tracking the other chat room? Hang on, I got to talk to John here. He's over there by himself. Go to http://podfeet.com/chat. You'll find, I'm typing this, an invite to Discord. All the cool kids are using it. All right. Okay, let's see. Rose says, I'm chatting only on Discord, watching and listening in Safari. Okay, cool. Any combo will do. Well, we can do roll call here. We've got Brett and Nick, and Mike McPeak is back after a very long absence. We've got Rose and Sandy, TitanBot, which is how you get to it from the web chat. And TJ is here. So we've got quite the little group here. Oh, and George just stuck in. Greetings from Freeling, Oklahoma. Okay. Can I still use this in colloquy? Let's see. Steve, are you going to be talking to John, or do I need to do that? Your name and icon is in the bottom left-hand corner. Yeah. I may have to mute the sound effects while I do this. Yeah, there we go. Because I'm hearing every chat. Okay, it looks like Steve is not helping John, so I need to go over and help him. Anybody else feel like hanging out in the other chat room and tell people how to do this? You can use the web interface at http://podfeet.com/live for now. Then you can download the app later if you like. You can make up a name there without a login. Okay, that's essentially the stuff to tell people if you see anybody come in. All right, keep an eye out for John. Let's see, we did a test recording, so let me go ahead and get started. All right, here we go. Oh, I need to arm the track, and we are ready to go. Here we go. That didn't sound like the beginning. There we go. Hi, this is Allison Sheridan of the NosillaCast podcast, hosted at podfeet.com, a technology geek podcast with an ever so slight Apple bias. Today is Sunday, February 4th, 2018, and this is show number 645. Well, this week, I horned my way into being on the SMR podcast again, this time to tell Rob Dunwood how I thought he was wrong about so many things the week before. It's the only show I know of where they like that kind of thing. I don't know if Rob liked it, but Rod and Chris enjoyed it. Anyway, if you want to go check it out, head on over to smrpodcast.com. It was super fun. I had a really, really good time. Well, this week's Chit Chat Across the Pond is another installment of Programming by Stealth. Bart had intended to do a revision episode working on our cellular automaton, but I had a lot of questions and confusions about the homework from the previous installment. We decided to stop the recording halfway through, which was a full hour already, declare it installment 49A, and 49B will be next week. That means 3 weeks in a row of Programming by Stealth. For those learning JavaScript along with me, that's great. For those of you who love the lighter version, we're actually going to be skipping one of those. Okay. All right. Here we go. Okay, so now I made a chapter mark. See what happens if I do that. All the cool kids are moving to Discord. Yeah, it turns out I can set these chapter marks up ahead of time. Wait, all the cool kids are moving to Discord. Okay, so now, wait. What's happening? Okay, I did quit the right app. Okay. Now we're going to talk about Discord. Did John make it in yet over here? Good. John is here. John, nice to have you here. You got in pretty quick. Did John come in as a bot? No, he came in for real. All right, cool. I can't believe how fast people are adopting this. This is insane. 25, 35, man, 35 people. Oh, no one of them's a bot. 34 people have jumped in. This is really cool. Clip the end of that. Yes, John, you are. Say hi. Whoop, let me go over here. Hi to NASA. By the way, you can still do that, write a couple of characters, like you can write @ and NASA and hit tab and it'll put in the rest of the name, just like you could over in, what you call eChat, IRC. Mm-hmm. I don't have the right glasses today, so I'm also a little bit impaired on where I'm looking here, which makes it even more exciting. There you go. We'll move that chapter marker right there. There we go. Whoops. No. We'll move you right there. We'll hit escape. All right. Oh, I've saved. Look at me go. Okay. Bots are real. All right. Here we go. Sometimes I think that the Podfeed podcasts are just an elaborate ruse to allow me to try out new gadgets and software. It is most evident in how I can't seem to stop refining how I produce both the recorded and the live show. If you've never taken a look at the live show diagram, it's really worth a peek to just see the madness that I do. It does need to be updated a bit as a few things have changed, but the fundamental structure of it is still the same. What never changes, though, is my desire to swap out one tool for another. In fact, that's why the diagram is out of date right now. Now, usually I'm trying to solve a problem when I play around with new software or hardware, but sometimes I experiment with the tool just to learn about it to find out if it solves any problems. In the last couple of weeks, I've started playing around with a tool called Discord. Discord is a free, dedicated app for the Mac, Windows, Linux, iOS, and Android, as well as a web app from discordapp.com. In my early testing, if it's right, it looks like it's going to be able to replace a lot of apps for me, reduce the complexity of what I do, and make it easier to connect with people for chit chat across the pond, all while actually giving you an enhanced experience if you ever come to the live show. I'd like to walk through just a few pieces of my workflow and how they impact the audience before I come back to Discord. So first, let's talk about how I record chit chat. When I record it, the audio conversation takes place over Skype. The guest and I both have to install Skype. We have to have user accounts. One person has to initiate a contact request, and the other person has to accept that request. Now, while Skype gets the job done, I'm afraid it's been a constant challenge for people because it gets updated really, really often. Now, you would think updates are a good thing, but often they seem to remove functionality. They dramatically change the interface, so the next time you go in, you can't find anything. I've seen them make formerly accessible things inaccessible to the blind, and they do things to make the quality of service actually get worse. These upgrades, and I put that in air quotes, seem to be going more and more in the wrong direction ever since Microsoft took over. I'm not a Microsoft hater anymore, and they've done a lot of great work, but they do not seem to be great stewards of the Skype platform. All right, let's talk about how we do the live video for the live show. Like I mentioned earlier, the live show is a lot more complicated than doing a chit chat across the pond recording. Steve and I are visible on screen because we initiate a YouTube live session, used to be known as a Google Hangout on Air. Steve has to embed a new YouTube link every single week into podfeed.com/live. Now, this works pretty well, but you don't get to see real time exactly. You're behind by about 20 to 30 seconds from real time. I use Audio Hijack to route my audio not just to the video you see, but my audio also has to go into Hindenburg, the multi-track recording app I use to assemble the show. Audio Hijack, together with Loopback, also has to route the playback from Hindenburg over back to YouTube Live so the real-time audience can hear when I play back listener contributions to the show on Hindenburg. Trust me, the diagram explains all of this. But anyway, I just want to know about those pieces. Now, let's talk about the live chat during the live show. The best part of the live show, in my opinion, isn't that you can see me. It's that the Nosilla castaways get to talk to each other in chat. This chat method we use is very old, but it's still useful protocol called Internet Relay Chat, or IRC. To give you an idea of the power of the live chat room, Mike McPeak and Kevin Alder actually met in the chat room and then spun off their own show, Geekiest Show Ever. So it's really a powerful way to make friends, and it is the best part of the live show, in my opinion. But IRC is kind of old. In order to provide IRC to the live show, I had to build my own chat server. Of course, this was loads of fun. I had Bart teaching me to be a sysadmin in that case. I was able to buy what they call a droplet. It's a tiny little bit of a server through a service that I chose called Linode. I only pay $5 a month for it, but that does start to add up. That's what, $60 a year. In addition, I have to run updates on my server. For example, I actually had to patch it for Meltdown and Spectre, and I'll have to keep doing that over time. It's not a huge amount of work, but it's non-zero work. Now, IRC came along in the pure text days, and it has not moved forward since then. In some ways, it is part of the beauty of IRC. It is only text chat. But there are times when you want to drop in an image, for example, and IRC doesn't support that. Or what if you start chatting to someone else in IRC and let's talk about Mike and Kevin when they met. You want to keep talking later? You want to talk outside of the live room? You have to somehow make contact through another service. Now, I was also able to figure out how to embed a web-based IRC tool into podfeed.com/live so you could chat right from that main window. Most people use a third-party app, though, to get into that chat because you get a few more enhancements to the experience. Kirshen Sia and I wrote up tutorials for several Mac apps to explain the arcane steps you have to go through to get into the Podfeed chat server. You have to know the server name, you have to know the channel name, and set up a few other switches to get it to work. It's definitely a barrier to entry. Now, let's talk about the live audio during the live show. A lot of people watch the video, but some people like the audio. For those folks, I also wrote all of the audio of me, Steve, and Hindenburg into another app called NosillaCast. NosillaCast works by sending the audio through an IceCast server, which Bart actually runs. I told you this is complicated, right? Anyway, apply all of the maintenance stuff I have to do for the chat server to Bart for the IceCast server. All right, now that we have all those pieces identified, we can finally learn about Discord and why I think it's pretty darn cool. Discord will be able to eliminate the NosillaCast IceCast server for the pure audio. It'll replace the IRC chat server. In fact, it pretty much already has. And it'll enhance the user experience for everybody coming to the show. It will also replace Skype for recording chit-chat across the pond and possibly the need to use YouTube Live. Not sure about that last piece yet. I haven't got that figured out, but it might be able to do it. So let's walk through the same pieces in the same order that we did before. We'll start with how Discord can replace Skype for chit-chat. Like I said, I heard about Discord quite a while back, but I didn't really grok the full impact of its potential until I heard Dave Hamilton explain that he jumped over to it cold turkey for recording the Mac Geek Gab with John F. Braun. As you probably know, Dave is a bit of an audiophile. By the way, he'll tell you he isn't an audiophile, an audio enthusiast, I think he calls himself. Anyway, it was the Skype audio quality in particular that was on his nerves for recording. Dave wrote up some instructions on how to modify the audio settings for Discord on the Mac Observer, and in about 3 minutes, I had mine set up as David suggested. Now I have always used Audio Hijack to record my Skype channels, and I was able to swap in Discord for Skype in my recording session, and I was ready to record. Before I had a chance to use it for my own show, though, for Chit Chat, I was invited to be on the Phileas Club with Patrick Beja, and he was already using Discord. We made friends in much the way you would in Skype, and he was able to launch a 3-way audio call with me and a gentleman named Turkey for the third person on the show. That's one way to do it, but there's an even more fun way. Discord uses the concept of servers, which aren't physical servers to us, but they call them servers. They're little isolated groups where you can talk and text to a group of people. I created a server called Chit Chat Across the Pond, and I figured out how to drop in a logo. Inside the server, you create channels. You can have text channels and voice channels. You also have a big button that says Invite People. Now, my first victim to test recording from Discord was Tom Merritt. That was great because he'd started using Discord with Scott Johnson for the morning stream already. He was totally up for the challenge. I tapped on the Invite People in my chit chat server, and I got a web link with an option to make the link expire in 24 hours. Now, think about this. For a guest on chit chat, other than Bart, it makes perfect sense for him to not be a member forever, but just for one day. And get this, with that invite, he could participate right from the web and not even have to create an account or do any faffing around with it. The link opens a window that looks just like the Discord app, and it asks you to create a name. It will then invite you to create an account, but if you look closely, it's kind of in light gray on black, you'll see the words skip setup. There's some audio limitations to using Discord via Safari, but it works very well on Chrome. Now, I mentioned earlier that you can create text and voice channels with a default text channel at launch. I asked Tom in text to tap on the voice channel I had created called Live Show Chat. Automatically, Discord tries to connect your microphone and headphones. It does not ask your permission, but since you're actively clicking on a voice channel, I guess that's okay. There are a few settings to improve the audio, but since Dave Hamilton figured that all out already, I was able to point to a few sliders and switches for Tom, and he was all sorted. It worked flawlessly, and with Audio Hijack, I was able to record, and you never even knew that I had switched tools. Already, Discord is a big win for anybody doing podcasts with new guests. Now let's shift gears to the chat room for the live show. Last Sunday when we did the live show, each time someone dropped into the IRC chat, Steve or I dropped a permanent link, non-expiring this time, to another server I created for the NosillaCast. And that link, it basically took them to Discord and invited them to give it a try. It was a real acid test because it was hard. If it was hard to switch, this could end up splintering the audience. The last thing in the world I wanted was people having being in chat over an IRC and some other people over in Discord, and I didn't want that to happen. Well, the NosillaCastaways are more clever and technical than most audiences, so I had high expectations. But I got to say, the speed at which they adopted Discord was astonishing. Every single person just jumped over in a mere couple of seconds. Of course, I wanted them to be as enchanted with it as I was, but it was so much faster and a happier experience than I even hoped. So I mentioned that there were enhancements to the chat experience if I did this. And here's some advantages of Discord over our previous IRC chat room. First of all, Discord has persistent chat, meaning if you come in 15 minutes late, you can see what everybody was talking about before you got there. In fact, you can go in at any time and read what people have been talking about all week. I don't know how long they keep the text, but I was able to scroll back to the beginning even a week later. Now, Discord isn't just text. You can actually drop in images into the conversation. I was talking about the Wise Cam, and I was able to drop in an image of it for people to see while I talked. The live audience, though, is a bit silly, and they sort of got out of hand as Kevin put in a picture of his Batmobile, and Sandy's adorable dog was in the thread, which prompted Steve to put in a picture of us with Tesla, and then CJ showed us his Camaro and asked for a wash and wax if he ever comes to California, and then Rose put in a picture of Morticia, and then TJ showed us his headphones, and Brett showed himself with a train. In other words, they had a blast being able to give us images. It'll also give you a web preview, by the way, of links if you drop them into the chat. Much, much better experience than an IRC. Now, Steve painstakingly keeps a list in Google Drive of everyone who has ever come to the live show. It's great because we put in people's Twitter handles and real names if they've chosen to give them to us, and it's nice to be able to go back and refer to that, but it's a lot of work. With Discord, you can see everyone who has ever come in and their status, whether they're online or not. Now, I know Discord is a success because all week long, people have been popping in and out. I've chatted with TJ and Nick and Kaylee and Joe and on. I talked to, Dan this afternoon. I mean, all kinds of people have been jumping in, and it's really been great. As of right now, let me see, 35 people have joined the NosillaCast server. Now, that's a lot in a week. That is a big number. Now, remember I said with IRC, if you met someone you wanted to talk to outside of the chat, you'd have to find some other tool? Well, Discord supports direct messages, so you don't need another tool. People can just start talking to each other. Now, I had it around for a way to embed Discord into podfeet.com/live the way I did it with IRC, and I found a way to do it. There's a tool called Titan Embeds that lets you invite people in, or you invite Titan Embeds into the server, and then you get an embed code for the Titan bot. Whenever anyone comes in through the embedded web version, they get bot in front of their name. Since George from Tulsa cares a lot about anonymity, and he loves this option because he didn't have to create a login, and I think he secretly likes being called a bot, so that tickles him. As of last Sunday, as of today, I started modifying the podfeet.com/live page, and I actually removed the IRC chat and I put TitanBot in there. I'm not perfectly happy with the way I've got it laid out. Don't tell Bart, but I'm still using tables for it, and tables are a nightmare, and most of it's not supported by HTML5, and I really know I should use the box model, and this is going to be an excuse to do that to make it look a lot better. Now, another advantage Tom Merritt told me about, you can link Patreon to your Discord server, so I can give patrons special roles. I'm not sure what we'll do with that, but at the very least, I think it'd be cool to give them a special little title honoring them for their patronage. Now, I mentioned live audio that I used to do through IceCast. I was able to create a voice channel in the NosillaCast server, and I called it Live Show Listen. I was able to create a role for Steve as admin with all of the same privileges as me. Then I set the default for that channel to be that everyone else could go into the channel and they could listen, but they would not be able to talk. So right now, when I'm recording, the last thing in the world is I want a bunch of people talking, and the NosillaCast ways are unruly enough. I do not need them talking to me while I'm trying to record. But then Joe pointed out that I could create a free-for-all voice channel, a second one where anyone can talk. So I set that up too. The cool thing is that you can keep typing and reading in the text channel while you're listening in the voice channel. I gotta say, I love how flexible Discord is and how easy it is for me to figure out how to fiddle with the controls to get it exactly the way I want it. In any case, having the voice channel means I can stop using Nicecast, and Bart might be able to eliminate his IceCast server when he gets a few other things off of that server, so it could save him money too. The one nut I mentioned I haven't cracked yet is to replace YouTube Live with Discord. Discord actually started for gamers, and you can link your account to twitch.tv and stream to it. I don't know if I can do the video call into Twitch and be in the chat room at the same time with the live audio, but early testing with Joe LaGreca suggests it might just be possible. Stay tuned. Well, I gave Discord a try with VoiceOver, and it was pretty darn accessible. The only tricky bit was the icons to switch between servers. So if you join more than just my server, they aren't naturally labeled, unfortunately, but neither Discord nor VoiceOver itself, either Discord or VoiceOver actually did some optical character recognition on my logo, and they tried to read it. So when I was on the NosillaCast live server button, I heard it might say LV. So it found the L and V in live, none of the other letters. I asked Scott Howell to poke around, and he said the web version was pretty good too. Dan and Nuris are regulars in the live chat. They're both VoiceOver users, so I really wanted to make sure it was working before we flipped over to this. But Dan is in the live chat room even as we speak, so I know that it's working. I hope you'll give Discord a try by checking it out over at podfeet.com/live during the live show or at any time. Like I said, I modified it somewhat graphically, but hopefully it'll be getting a little bit better. Now, there's another way to get in. Remember how I always say at the end of the show, everything good starts with podfeet.com/something? Well, now we have podfeet.com/chat. And that goes to our Discord NosillaCastaways server. Go give Discord a try. It's fun, and all the cool kids are doing it. That was longer than I thought. Okay, what did I miss? Oh, who put my HP calculator in there? Wow, I missed a lot. 69 new messages since I started recording. Holy cow, I missed a lot. Did I miss anything important? TJ put an 8 million character Google link in. Now we've got R2D2 in there. Do you like my sports ball shirt? I hope I'm doing this right. Did Kevin hear I was talking about him? I heard a couple of bonks as though somebody had added me. So Kevin, did you use the I gave you the link to the place to go find that HP calculator, right? That's the best calculator ever. Oh, and Muddy, you've been in before, right? I'm forgetting your name. Did Muddy leave? Oh, there. Muddy's in as a bot. That's interesting. So bots don't show in the online list. Okay, cool, Kevin. Yay, go Dodgers. Oh, save. Oh, I should do a chapter marker. So I think this is going to be a dumb way to do it after all. Ooh. Oh. Whoa. Brett, this won't help you. But I accidentally started hitting Command Plus. I thought I was over on my recording app, and it changes the size of the text. Like it might be a web app. Very interesting. Dan said he thought it was a web app, and that is very interesting. Oh, we lose John? Looks like NASA nut left. Shoot. Oh, 2 years ago. Okay. But anyway, that's interesting. It changes the font size. Welcome back, buddy. Okay, so now I gotta go find my chapter marker. There we go. Whee! Oh, this is gonna stink. Uh-oh. Oh no, there we go. Yeah. Come on. This is dumb. Okay, so I thought it'd be clever to put the chapter markers in ahead of time. So I put them all at the front, but now I'm having to drag it 100 miles. Oh man. Let me switch this. Okay, where's the chapter marker? Where is it? Oh, come on. Oh, there. Oh, it is way back. Okay. There we go. By the way, Twitch is the service formerly known as Justin.tv, which is where we used to, it is a web app. Okay. Justin.tv, where we used to do the show. Isn't that interesting? All right. So who's up next? Okay. So Steve, I'm doing these all out of order. I don't think Steve is paying any attention. I think he's watching the game. We actually have a party going on at my house. Not a lot of people, but a few. And I said, yeah, I got to go. Got my show to do. All right. So we're going to do the smart locks next from August. All right. No, Mike, I didn't say anything. Certainly not anything interesting. Oh, halftime's on? Well, Steve, I need you to mark the time of, he's probably not listening. Somebody tell Steve yes, it does still. Oh, wait, it didn't make any noise, Kevin. I thought it did. I thought it would. So I muted, but it said it would only make noise if it was an @ So I thought it would bother me. Doing it. Well, for Christmas this year. Okay, so Steve, what I want you to do is mark down the timestamps of when the good commercials are. All right, TJ is up. Okay, let's see. Let's move this. TJ's big fame. Here we go. We are going to listen to TJ. Where is it? Okay, let's put you right. Actually, we're going to put you on your own channel there, I think. Okay. Record a little intro. Next up, we have a listener review from first-time reviewer TJ. Now, TJ, is that how you want to be introduced? I know you've got TJ PK, but I think you go by TJ. Is that right? If not, speak now. Lost video. John is still here. Okay. Yeah, better on Firefox. Better on Firefox and on Chrome. Next up, we have a listener review from first-time reviewer TJ.
Hello, NosillaCast. This is a review of the Hi-Fi Elite headphones, aka the Super 66 headphones. They cost about $66. So first, the problem to be solved. Because on the NosillaCast, there's always a problem to be solved. And sorry if you hear background noise. That is my sister being annoying. Just ignore it. Anyway, alright. Problem to be solved is that I want Bluetooth headphones. And also is that I listen to the NosillaCast when falling asleep. And I don't like to get strangled by wired headphone cables. And also, I had wired headphones. had the headphone jack break off in the socket at like 10 p.m. And yeah, my mom did not exactly enjoy that. Anyway, I asked for Bluetooth headphones for Christmas, right? And so on Christmas Eve, we're allowed to open one present, one small present. I chose a box that said it was from an audio place. It was way too small for headphones. I assumed maybe it was like a Blue Yeti microphone or something. And I already had a microphone, which is what I'm using right now. It is a Shure Beta 58A. A really nice mic. But anyway, and it turns out that these headphones, when you compact them, they're really, really small. And that doesn't mean that they're small headphones. They're really big in a good way. They have a ton of padding, so much so that they don't even touch my ears, which is a good thing. Because I absolutely hate on-ear headphones, right? It's like the worst thing in the world. Just having them squish up against your ear. Even those ones that have the rings on them, right? Like there's on-ear headphones that are just totally on-ear. They're literally just a speaker with a little bit of padding, like maybe 2 millimeters of padding washed up against your ear. I find that horrible. About the audio quality, sounds really good. I've seen some reviews on YouTube saying they were Beats quality. And well, they're not exactly Beats quality. Actually, I don't know what Beats quality is like. They're pretty darn good, especially for $66. I'm wearing them right now. They have a built-in microphone, and so just for fun, I'll record a little bit of sound from the built-in microphone.
Audio is recorded from the internal microphone in the Hi-Fi Elite headphones.
Anyway, the mic sounds okay, a little bit distant, but that's because it's not a boom mic, it's just in the speaker. There are buttons on it, too, that control volume, next track, previous track, play pause. And here's a cool thing. If you hold play pause, hold it for a long time, it'll turn them off. But if you hold it play pause for the right amount of time, it'll actually activate Siri, which is pretty cool. But like in the AirPods, Siri takes a really long time to respond to you. The lag, at first, the lag was definitely apparent in the headphones. But as I started to use them more and more on my iPad and computer, they seem to have sort of, quote-unquote, gotten used to it. And now there's almost no lag, except for when I'm talking. And I'm using it as studio monitors, which, like you said, it's not the headphones' fault. It's gonna happen. But what I noticed was especially weird was that when I played it through the internal speakers, through QuickTime, there was lag. When I played it through my headphones, there was about the same amount of lag, which is weird. So I guess if you remove the lag from QuickTime Player, then these could be studio monitors. I don't know. Anyway, okay. Yeah, these are really good headphones for around $60 or $70. They're Bluetooth. Oh, right, and how do they look? Well, on the top it says Modern Portable. They have a ton of different steps in the headband thing, and that's what it sounds like. They just sort of click in place when you fold them up. When you fold them up, they're really compact. I'll put a little picture in it. They're made of, they're rubberized, I guess. I don't know what you call it. Plastic and brushed aluminum. And don't let the plastic part think that they're made cheaply, because they're not. They are built like a tank. I've dropped them multiple times and they don't even have a dent in them. They look almost brand new. They have a ton of padding on the headband part. I'm going to go get a ruler to measure how much padding there is. I'll be back in a second. Okay, I'm back. I got a ruler. So I'm going to measure it right now. There is about an inch of padding on it. That's about it. Bye, and I will possibly see you later.
How awesome was that? I love it. That was a great review. That was a lot of fun. All right. Let me keep going here. I'm going to record a little bit here. Let's see what Steve has to say to me. Interesting. Hey, Sandy, I just tested out direct messages with you. Did you see any kind of notification that I sent a direct message? Just curious. All right, here we go.
And I will possibly see you later.
Well, that was awesome, TJ. I loved it. Well, TJ mentioned that there was a lag in Bluetooth when he used these headphones to monitor his own audio, but then later seemed to think that they had somehow learned to not lag when he was listening to QuickTime. I can clear this up. When playing back audio, Bluetooth headphones have very little lag. They're pretty much unnoticeable to us. But when you're monitoring your own audio as you're talking, your voice has to go out of your mouth, into the mic, into the computer, and then turn around and come back out of the headphones and into your ears. There is simply no physical way that this can be done instantaneously. I had a lot of conversations with Dave Hamilton where I kept wishing this wasn't true, but it's simple physics that it can't happen. Anyway, thanks for a great review, TJ. The Hi-Fi Elite Super 66 headphones sound great. All right, chapter marker. Okay, copy. And copy, paste. Dang, that's easy. Oh, it's so easy if I remember to do it. Okay, so next is Velcro. I'm doing these way out of order, Steve. There was a reason, because I didn't want to go straight into some more headphones right after his headphone review, so.
We went to launch it this year.
Whoa, there was a big cut in that, Steve. Did you hear that? Sound great.
We went to launch it this year, which is...
I might fix that. There's a big missing chunk here. I can get rid of that.
Went to launch it this year, which is where you get to see companies kind of compete to win as the best new startup. I think it would be a way to say it. And the winners of that competition were Velcro.
I can't believe TJ took Kevin's. Kevin, have you been training TJ? That's pretty funny. I think you have. Right. This works so well. Copy link. Okay. So Sandy found my direct message chat. Okay, good. So apparently when I DM you guys, you don't get any kind of notice, because I was testing it with Steve and Sandy and it doesn't look like they heard it. All right. We got Jabras up next. I'm going to do those two back to back. Wingmen in training. See how this sounds if I do that. That might sound a little funny.
Thank you for your time.
All right, so I just walked up to the Jabra booth here and asked my new friend.
All right, back to back. Oh my gosh, he's a winglet. Mike, okay, that's pretty funny. I like that. That's pretty good. I'll write down something I don't want to forget. More headphones? Yeah. The Jabra wireless headphones. So now I'm going to do a little Patreon. I haven't saved lately. Well, I have to say, I am so happy with how our Patreon model is working out for you guys to help support the show. It seems like every week somebody jumps in and pledges a small weekly dollar amount, and that's really starting to add up to help pay for, hosting and all the other costs of creating the show. This week, John Atwood became our latest patron, and I can't thank him enough for his contributions. It really means a lot to me. If you'd like to be next week's star patron, head on over to podfeet.com/Patreon and pick a small dollar amount. You'll hardly notice it. But I tell you, if money is tight, please don't donate to the show. Instead, click on the Amazon affiliate links in the show notes, and anything you buy during that session, even if it's not the gadget that I linked to, can contribute a small percentage back to help the show. Thank you to everyone for your support. All right. 3 winglets. Who are the other winglets? Yeah. Okay. You know, doing these chapter marks is really nice in Hindenburg. Uh-oh. What the heck is that?
Thank you.
Oh, that's interesting. I have to say, I think I have, I don't think that's as designed. I have audio from Hindenburg is feeding back into when I record into Hindenburg. I figure out why that is. All right. Copy link. There we go. Now we need some security bits music. So I'm curious, Kevin, are you using the, you're not using IceCast to listen, Kevin, but I thought you would go into live show listen. Uh-oh. Please play the video during CS interviews, please. What do you mean? I don't know what you mean, TJ. Security bits. Touch, that's what my wife says. Okay, security bits, there we go. Let's go to security bits music. And let's see, we need Jabra. I better be able to go find the security bits music. There's recording. Hope it's here. Security bits. That's not it. All right, what did I do with security bits? There it is. That was close. Security bits audio. I just put that up here. So, okay. Yeah. Do you know what? I don't know what you were asking about there, TJ. Please play the video during CES interviews. Yeah, I can't project that video to you. Well, I could, but it would be super janky if I did that. All right, let's hear how that sounds. For your support. Boy, that just cut right in. Well, it's that time of the week again. It's time for Security Bits with Bart Busschots. And are we going to have any fun today? Or it's been a little quiet this week, hasn't it?
Well, yeah, I guess when you've had like the biggest security catastrophe in a decade.
Or the history of time, possibly. Oh, I see what you're saying. You're saying play the video, but I don't want to play all the videos. You guys can go watch the videos, but that's not what this show is about. This is the creation of the show, right? So not exactly the same thing. I don't want to, is what I'm saying. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'm supposed to say until next time, stay patched and stay secure.
All right. And we're going to be back on this track. Here we go. Well, that is going to wind us up for this week. Do not forget to send in your dumb questions, comments, and suggestions by emailing me at allison@podfeet.com. You can follow me on Twitter at Podfeet. Remember, everything good starts with podfeet.com/something. We've got podfeet.com/Patreon if you want to help the show. Podfeet.com/Facebook and podfeet.com/Google Plus to join one of our communities. We've got podfeet.com/chat where you can chat in Discord. And we've got podfeet.com/Amazon for those lovely Amazon affiliate links. And if you want to join in the fun of the live show, head on over to podfeet.com/live on Sunday nights at 5 p.m. Pacific time and join the friendly and enthusiastic Nosilla castaways like Mike McPeak and Muddy did after having been gone for ages and ages and ages. Anyway, thanks for listening and stay subscribed. Whew. Yeah, I know about OBS. That's not what this show is. That's not what we do here. I used to do, if I was to do anything like that, what I would do, outro, was I used to play let you see my screen while I was working. And I thought that was pretty interesting, but nobody seemed to care when I think it was actually when Justin dropped us and they turned into Twitch and they were all about gaming and everything. And then I stopped doing that. So anyway, thanks for listening and stay subscribed. All right. We have an hour and 49-minute show, and it's only 5 segments, and we are done, actually. The show is buttoned up already, and I am going to export and send it up to... I love how fast Hindenburg exports. It's like 30 seconds. So I might actually... It's boogers everywhere. Steve's saying something here. What's he saying to me? See, I'm getting a little notice pop up, you guys. But I lost it. Where'd it go? That's weird. I lost the direct message chat. I clicked in the wrong place. I can't find it. Maybe it's here. There we go. Can you come down before you publish? Oh yeah. I can bring it down and do the work if that's what you mean, Steve. Yeah, I'm going to come back downstairs. But I am in a position where I can now stop the show, and I'm actually going to stop early because I would like to go watch the rest of the Super Bowl with the company I have there. So thank you so much for coming, you guys. Let's see how many people we get with that. Weird Night 3, 6, 9, 11, plus being 3, 12, 13 people. That was pretty good. All right, guys. Very good. Thank you very much for coming, even on Super Bowl Sunday. I appreciate you guys being here, but I am going to cut us off early, and this time I'm not going to forget to kiss Rose goodbye. I can't tell if she's still here, but just in case, I missed her last week. Bye, Rose. Bye-bye, guys. And